Avon Resources Limited is a gold exploration company with significant projects in British Columbia and the Yukon, trading on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol ABN, and the OTCQB, symbol ABNAF. Surrounded by world-class gold deposits and mines, Avon's 23,000 hectares Forest Kerr Gold Project is located in the heart of the Golden Triangle in northwestern BC. For more information, visit us at avonresources.com.
You're listening to HowStreet.com radio, available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. Welcome to HowStreet.com radio, the online source for market opinions. Here is Jim Goddard.
My guest is Sean Brodrick, senior editor at WeissRatings.com. Welcome back to the show, Sean.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Sean, what's going on with gold?
Well, gold really took a tumble because people see light at the end of the tunnel for the pandemic. I mean, on Sunday night, Monday morning, they announced that like Pfizer has a vaccine in the works that's 90% effective. Works with 90% of the population, so I'm not sure why that's hurting gold, because what this means is that when we do have the end of the pandemic, people can actually go back to gold shops and start buying gold jewelry again. But I guess they think this is a stress off of the global economy, and so that means that we don't need gold. However, none of the governments around the world are slowing down their spending programs. If anything, this looks like a buying opportunity to me. But I must say right now, the gold miners disagree with me. So, you just have to take the lumps along with the good stuff and see how that goes.
Well, even if it's an effective vaccine, it could take a year or two to roll out effectively to end a planet-wide problem.
We are told many months. I'm not sure exactly how long that is, but that doesn't sound good. However, I can tell you gold miners are not doing well. The things that are doing well are cannabis, and also things like oil and other cyclical things like that. Copper's doing better, so not all metals are down. But since people are starting to price in an end of the pandemic, this could go on for a while. I'm not sure. I don't really want to sell anything because I do believe it's short term. I'm sure that the long term bull market for gold is intact. In fact, as hard as gold pulled back Monday, it still didn't violate, the lower support it had. So, if you like to buy the dips, that is a good buying opportunity.
The Russell 2000 has come alive again. Why's that?
Well, again, these are the stocks that were hurt hardest when we had the pandemic. Now they think that these are the stocks that will recover fastest when the pandemic is over. That doesn't necessarily make it true. Also, when Trump was in charge, and he still is in charge, but the actions he took tended to favor larger companies, for like taxes, regulations, stuff like that. Maybe people think that there'll be less of that in a Biden administration. I wouldn't say so. So again, it seems like an overreaction. That's why it's a hard market for me to actually trade right now, because I'm not sure if this is all just going to be over in a few days and we'll get back to the normal trends, or if this is the start of something bigger. I mean, I think you should certainly hedge your positions if you can, but I'm not sure you should sell all of one thing and then pile all your money into something else.
That's always good advice whenever something gets over popular and people are chatting about it. It's probably not the best move to make at the time. And I'm hearing a lot of chatter again about Bitcoin, like I did 4 years ago around my birthday.
Yeah, and we have people at Weiss who are very much into Bitcoin. That isn't one of the areas that I cover. I do cover enough, And, I mean, Bitcoin's having a great month. There's no argument there. I mean, if you look at it, how much is Bitcoin up? I mean, it was down, it dipped near to 4,000 in March. Now it's up around 15,300. That's a heck of a run. So, well, we will have to see. I think that, with Bitcoin, two things are happening. One, we are seeing the world's central banks announce they may do their own cryptocurrencies, just to make things easier for transactions and stuff like that. And also PayPal said it's going to start accepting Bitcoin. So that's, I think, making it more acceptable, more of a mainstream thing. And so that in itself could be part of the reason why Bitcoin is powering up.
We'll have more with Sean Brodrick right after this.
Engineer Gold Mines is focused on the exploration and development of the historic high-grade Engineer Gold Mine situated 32 kilometers southwest of Atlan, British Columbia. Engineer Gold Mines is fully permitted for surface and underground exploration with the drill program now underway. Engineer Gold Mines Limited trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol EAU. For more information, please visit us at engineergoldmines.com.
Value from success, growth in discovery. Golden Arrow Resources is a well-funded gold-copper exploration company with proven management and prospective properties in Chile, Argentina, and Paraguay. Golden Arrow trades on the Toronto Venture Exchange, symbol GRG, on Frankfurt, symbol G6A, and the OTCQB, symbol GARWF. For more information, visit us at goldenarrowresources.com or call Sean at 778-686-0135.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Sean Brodrick. Sean, is there life back in Crude?
Yes. It seems like there's a lot of anticipation there. I mean, because it is going to take a long time, right, for the actual vaccine to come out and stuff like that, but crude traders aren't waiting. They're already bidding things up higher. Now, if you think that's the big story, I would wait for a pullback. I wouldn't chase it here, but, certainly there are stocks in that industry that have been beaten down into the dirt. So you could definitely look at those that still have a sound business anyway. Well, they're going to have a much better business because the price of crude is going higher. So if you were looking for an entry point, those stocks in that industry now might be the entry point you're looking for. I still would wait for a pullback though, because they're all jumping up like they have springs on their feet.
Is high tech taking it on the chin right now?
Some of the biggest tech names, which did very well in the pandemic, are now being hit. We're seeing things like Amazon and stuff like that get sold off, I guess, because people think, that whole trend is over of people buying online, not going out to stores. And I'm sure we'll see some people running back to the malls once they have a vaccine. And I'm sure there is some pent-up buying. People would like to get out of the house. So they were overbought anyway, so you have to expect to be some kind of correction, right? Zoom's valuation was just nuts. So of course it's going to come back down. I do think it is part of a bigger term trend. I wouldn't be a buyer now, but we could come to a buying point if these things pull back far enough.
We'll have more with Sean Brodrick right after this.
Media recognition from Bloomberg, Reuters, recycling trade publications. Patented process for 100% recovery of critical metals, including cobalt, lithium, nickel, manganese, aluminum. American Manganese is focused on recycling lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. American Manganese trades on the TSX Venture, AMY, the US, AMYZF, and Frankfurt 2AM. For more information, visit AmericanManganeseInc.com or phone me, Larry Ray, at 778-574-4444.
Don't miss out. Stay informed. Receive the HowStreet.com weekly recap with thought-provoking podcasts, radio, and articles delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the HowStreet.com weekly recap on our homepage at HowStreet.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Sean Brodrick. Sean, why is cannabis looking good right now?
That's a great question. We saw 4 states pass recreational marijuana on Election Day in the U.S., including New Jersey, which is a big state. And because New Jersey is now raking in that sweet green tax money, New York says that it wants to legalize probably around April. So that's really getting people excited. And also we saw medical marijuana pass in, I think, Mississippi and also South Dakota, which at the same time passed recreational marijuana. So they got 2 for 1 in like South Dakota. Not that anyone lives there. I mean, very few. So no one really cares about that. New Jersey has people excited. And it shows that this trend of legalization is moving forward. And the Trump Justice Department, well, while it hasn't blocked the state-by-state legislation, it hasn't been friendly to it either. I think people are also hoping that the Biden administration, if that's how it works out, will be more friendly to cannabis. I'm not sure that the Biden administration will be more friendly to cannabis. They're talking about decriminalization, which actually hurts the cannabis companies because it gives no penalty for buying illegal cannabis, right? So what you actually need is legalization. That said, they've been coiling up for a long time. There was really a lot of compression in that industry anyway. So a lot of them were really going to move higher. We have 100% gains on like some stocks, and I expect more. I think they could have a really great end of the year, and we'll see how things look in 2021.
Someone said, imagine Chris Christie with a set of the munchies.
Yeah, well, we'll see. He's a guy who did not want legal cannabis in his state. They had to wait for him to get out. I guess he had highways to go shut down somewhere. So we'll just see how that goes. I mean, certainly New Jersey is moving things in the right direction. Even as this is happening, though, by the way, legalization advocates are pointing out that many of the things that are happening favor big business and not small individual users. Now, from an investment point of view, that's actually not bad. We invest in the big businesses. And so if like people can't grow at home, then they'll have to buy from the big businesses as long as you keep the price cheap enough. What we learned in California, and it'll be interesting to see if states learn this lesson, is that you can't put on high taxes from the get-go because that just drives people into the arms of the illegal growers. So we'll see if New Jersey and like the other states, including upcoming New York, learn that lesson and actually keep taxes low so that legal marijuana can actually move forward.
Is anything going on with uranium?
Nope. And I say that as someone who has, I mean, it had a nice bounce along with everything else on like Monday. But, you know, we're still waiting for some kind of news in that industry. We keep hearing, you know, oh my God, supply will be stretched and all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, I'm still holding on to Cameco. I would like for that to happen. I'm not, really counting on that to make my year.
Are utilities doing anything?
I'm not really in that industry, so I can't really answer that. I'm sorry.
Any other areas that we should be paying a lot of attention to right now that perhaps isn't on most people's radar?
Well, solar had a great run, renewables, and then everyone took profits, me included. We took some nice fat gains. That was great. And then people started to turn sour on the sector when it became obvious that the Democrats are probably not going to win the Senate. We have 2 runoff elections in December. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Probably not. So that means that any green energy plan by Joe Biden is probably going to be blocked by Mitch McConnell. So that's true. However, solar is a global megatrend. Renewables are a global megatrend, and I think this sell-off in the renewables industry, that could bring us to a buying point as well. Because if you're in a megatrend, which renewables are, then you're going to have a great 2021.
Electric vehicles, we saw the GM Hummer sell out in 10 minutes. It's $113,000 American for the plain model. I wonder what the really Luxo-Duxo one will go for. Is that a trend that we have to look for, or are electric vehicles still unaffordable for most people?
When I think about electric cars, I don't give 2 hoots about the Hummer. I'm actually looking at the ones that are actually make sense. So, I don't really care about the Hummer. We are seeing use of electric vehicles ramp up all over the place. And if the pandemic passes, people are going to get back out on the road again, right? That's good news for all kinds of like automakers. Strangely enough, we're seeing some bounce in the automakers, not nearly as much as you might have thought, considering how positive everyone is turning on the economy thanks to the vaccine news. So that's kind of interesting too. Keep your eye on that.
Sean, anything else we should be looking out for?
That's about it for me. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon.
My guest has been Sean Brodrick, senior editor at WeissRatings.com. Sean, you're also the senior editor for a number of other portfolios. What are they?
I'll just give you one because too many people will not remember, but Wealth Megatrends is my monthly newsletter. I'm, in fact, working on that right now, and that's focused on stocks that raise dividends, and so that's really nice, and we also ride Megatrends at the same time. So we kind of things moving along. In fact, that portfolio was up very nicely today as we see money rotate into the things that, that portfolio is actually focused on. So that could go very well.
My guest has been Sean Brodrick. If you have any questions for him or any of our other guests, you can send them to info@HowStreet.com. Our YouTube channel is Talk Digital Network. Find us on Twitter @HowStreet. We're also on Facebook. I'm Jim Goddard. Thank you for listening.
Comments made on HowStreet.com radio are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any matter whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. HowStreet.com radio is a production of HowStreet Media Incorporated.